Hi, welcome to Mr. Wynn's Algebra 2 class. You will be able to receive a syllabus copy which is available on Is Learning. Once you see that, you can click on it and it will be able to download a copy onto your Chromebook or personal computer. So let's start discussing about the syllabus. Now within the syllabus, we're going to go over materials, grading system, policy, class expectation, and procedures, and tutorial schedule. First, materials. All you need is pencil, paper, either wide rule or college rule, up to your preference. Graphing paper, as we will do some topics over graphing. A binder to house your notes. I do recommend that you put your notes in order so that way it's easy to find. Usually I'm going to have you number your notes, such as section 1.2, 2.7, 3.4. So make sure you put it in order so that way you can navigate through your notes whenever you have a question or when you're reviewing your notes. Now, you do require to have a Chromebook or a personal computer, doesn't matter which. You do need a device to access your material online through It's Learning. Now, let me know if you have any technical issue with that or internet issue. Now, for grading, daily will be 20% of your 90 weeks grade. Usually that's going to be for your classwork, homework, or video notes. Now, the video notes, I will have you required to submit pictures of it at the end of each week. So, for example, week 1, I might require you to turn in pictures of your video notes of 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 section. So that's an example of that. Best way is that when you are going to send your pictures, it's through email, which I will give to you later towards the end of this video. So again, when you're emailing the pictures, it's best that you title with your Skyward name and what class period you're in. So if you're in my first period, then you just put P1, the number 1. If you're in my third period, then you put P3. If you're in my 7th period, then you just put P7. So that way I can sort through the emails and then sort the pictures of your class notes. Now for minor, it would be 10% of your 9 weeks grade. That's usually your cumulative assignment. That's to show your level of understanding. And then major will be 70%, which is mostly going to be from your checkpoint. That I'm going to discuss in the next slide. Now for the policy, no late work is accepted for daily assignment when deadlines are given. So again, for daily assignments, classwork, homework, I usually tell my students that if an assignment is due at the end of the day, that means that it's your responsibility to submit your homework, your classwork, or classwork that becomes your homework at the end of the day. So we're going to try to submit through Go Formative, and you have till 11:59 p.m. to submit it. It does have a timestamp on when you send your assignment to me. So on Go Formative, you do have the option to show your work, and or you have an option to take a picture, such as your video notes. So your video notes, again, like I said before, are due at the end of each week before 11:59 p.m. So make sure that you check your time and which assignment are due for each of the night, each of the day, and at the end of the weekend. So for example, video notes are due Friday by 11:59 p.m. Now, exceptions are for absences and accommodation. So for example, if you miss school on Wednesday and homework was given and you came back to school on Thursday, then it won't count as late for you since you were absent, excused absent. Then your homework that you missed, it would be due on the following day, meaning if you come back to school, then Wednesday homework would be due Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. Now I would recommend that you check in with me about what assignment you missed, and I will inform you what assignment that you need to turn in with the respective deadlines. Now, checkpoints, now those assignments, if you do earn a higher grade on the corresponding topics for the following checkpoint, then the higher grade will be entered to Skyward. So basically, if you didn't do well the first time, you do have a second chance of doing it better the second time. So if you do get a higher grade, then it will go on Skyward. But if the first time is higher than the second time, then the first time grade will be in Skyward. So I do recommend that you try your best each time you take a checkpoint. For class expectation and procedures, first, make sure to be on time to your class, whether it is face to face or Zoom. Now, if it's through Zoom, which we will have for the first 2 weeks of school, it's going to be expected that you enter your Zoom class a few minutes before start time, so that way we can admit you into the Zoom classroom and be able to start right on time. Now, if you do come in after the start time, you will be counted as tardy. If you do come in 15 minutes or more to your Zoom class, then you'll be counted as absent, even though you came to Zoom class, but you still be counted as absent. It will be marked as unexcused absent on Skyward. This is Spring Branch District policy. This is a policy we've been following for quite some time now. So I would recommend to review the school policy and the district policy. So just a reminder, if you come 15 minutes or more late after the start time, you will be counted as absent and it will be marked as unexcused absent in Skyward. Next, be respectful to everyone in school property in any and all setting. So again, it's plain and simple. As long as you be respectful to everybody else, you should receive the same expectation to yourself. Now, next part is communicate to your teacher if there are any issue that would arise. So if something is preventing you from doing your schoolwork, such as technology issue or internet issue, something that's going on at home, then please let us know. So that way we can communicate with you and make a plan so that way you can do your work and not fall behind. Now, for the last part, it's going to be expected that you be courteous to classmates and teachers and then not cause disruption. If you do cause disruption, it will result in a referral, which will be sent to your grade level principal. Now, I do ask you to be courteous because everyone in this class is learning. I do not expect you to know everything about Algebra 2. That's okay. Everybody here is going to be starting at the same place. We're all going to be working together, learning together, and then doing well and earning a passing grade of this class towards the end of the year. So please be courteous, as there's some that might be struggling or not be able to learn at the same pace as everybody else. That's okay. The one thing I do expect from you is that you put in 100% effort, that you try your best when things get tough. If things get tough, do not quit. No matter what, as long as you keep trying, you're always going to be further from where you started from. If you give up, then you're going to be back to where you started and not improve from anywhere. So again, put in 100% effort. It's okay to struggle. And if you need help, I'm here for you. My expectation is that you put in your own effort, that you do your part, and you keep trying till you reach to your goal for the end of this year. For tutorials, if you're going to be in a virtual class, then it's going to be on Zoom. Now, for math tutorials, it's going to be on Thursday lunch from 12:40 to 1:10, whether it's virtual or face-to-face. Now, I would recommend for either virtual or face-to-face that you have your questions ready. So that way you can ask right away and receive help as soon as possible. Now, the reason is if it's through virtual, when you enter my Zoom classroom, it's going to be muted. The reason is I don't want any students to be talking over each other. So when you enter my Zoom classroom, I might be already helping a student. So just be patient. Same expectation for face-to-face. Now, I do not have more tutorials. The reason is because I may have things to take care of in the morning, or I may not arrive early to school as there might be traffic or accident along the way. So again, I do not have more tutorials. However, I do have after school tutorials from 3:15 to 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday, but is by appointment only. Now, the reason I have it by appointment only is here's an example. If you were here on Wednesday and you need extra help and you want to get tutorials Wednesday after school, now the reason I say by appointment is in the event I might have an unexpected meeting or a planned meeting with a fellow teacher, a fellow administration, principal, counselor, or parent. So this is an opportunity where I will let you know that I am unavailable Wednesday after school, but I might have available tutors maybe on Thursday after school or Friday after school. So this way you can schedule ahead of time when you're meeting with me and plan ahead of time when to come in, and you don't end up wasting your time waiting when I'm in a meeting. The meeting may take about 10 minutes, or it could be 30 minutes, or even an hour. Don't know. So, again, scheduling by appointment so that way you don't end up waiting and wasting time and basically meeting at the right time and right day using your time efficiently. So again, for after school tutors, Monday through Friday from 3:15 to 4 o'clock, please make sure to schedule an appointment with me, not on the day of, but to schedule days in advance. For communication, you can communicate me through email, which is right here in blue, with my first name dot my last name at springbranchist.com. So if you need a immediate response, email is the best way to go. Usually I will be by my computer working or teaching. So if I do receive an email, it will pop up on my screen right away after you send it. And if it does require immediate attention, then I will review the email and respond to it as soon as I can. Now, you can also message me on It's Learning. Just simply create a new message and then search for my first name. Once you see that name, you can click on it and then just type in your message or type in the question. Once you send, it will pop up on my It's Learning page. Now, again, I might be doing something on my computer, again, working or teaching. So if you message me on It's Learning, I may not see it as soon as possible. So if you were expecting a response as soon as possible, then you might not see it till maybe 15 minutes later, 30 minutes later, an hour later, or 2 hours later. So just keep that in mind if you're going to message me through It's Learning. Now for updates, it's either through It's Learning or Remind. So if you need to be updated on something, I may send you a message on It's Learning, or I might send you a message through Remind. Now the Remind code that you're going to receive, it will be presented to you on Monday on It's Learning on August the 24th. So if you have any questions, you can message me through email or It's Learning or through the Remind app. Now, usually, if you need an immediate response, then you can do it through my email. Looking forward to having you in my class and having a good year.